How's it going, YouTube? It is Docky or Docky Style Gaming, and in this video we are going to be doing a news roundup of all of the brand new info that we got for Anthem this week. It is a bunch of brand new information and a couple of old questions as well, but this is definitely some stuff you don't want to miss. So without further ado, let's get straight into this information. So we're going to start this video off with some of my favorite type of questions, the Storm Master Race questions. So first thing that was asked was about the Storm's jets, and the Storm won't cool down jets while hovering. Now we know that the Storm will have an infinite hover, but it doesn't seem like hovering will actually cool your jets from your flight. So you can hover as long as you want, but they won't cool down your jets while you're in hover. Also, along with being able to hover infinitely, you will only be able to hover horizontally. So no, you can't actually fly up while you're in hover. It's only a horizontal movement while you are hovering. Now, even though you can't hover vertically, you can fly up to your max height and then trigger your hover, and you can hover around the top if you want. Again, it'll only be horizontally, but you would have to fly to your max height and then hit your hover, and that's where you will be hovering at. And then Mark Dara did go on to give us a reason why there is an infinite hover for the Storm, and he said that the Storms have an infinite hover because the hover doesn't generate heat via their jets or reactor, but the flying does. So that's why Storms can infinitely hover, but not infinitely fly. Now that we got these Storm questions out the way, let's talk about some of the other new information that we got from Mark Dara's Twitter. Now when asked about Masterwork weapons, Masterwork being the highest rarity type of gear that you can get in the game, they asked if there would also be Masterwork gear attachments, and Mark Dara did say yes, that will be a thing. So along with our Masterwork weapons, we will have gear to match as well. This next question that was asked was because all of the footage that we've seen of Anthem, our freelancer is a female, so there was a person who asked if we would be able to have male characters with male voices, and of course the answer to that was yes. It is kind of self-explanatory, but I still wanted to throw that in there for anybody who was wondering. Now this one is actually brand new information when talking about the dialogue options. They asked if there would be dialogue options and how they would be essentially, and Mark Dara did say they will be binary choices. Now binary choices meaning there will only be two choices as opposed to more, according to Mark Dara. Now that's kind of light in terms of dialogue options and choices coming from games like the Telltale series or Warframe or even Detroit Being Human recently, but I mean I guess maybe it should be enough for the storytelling perspective of Anthem, but coming from BioWare that's kind of weird and a little bit light in terms of the different options and choices and how they're going to affect your character and gameplay in Anthem. So I thought that was an interesting find. Now this next question I have covered before, but they were asking about crossplay between consoles and PC, and Mark Dara did say not at launch. This definitely seems like this is something they want to implement, but at the moment they probably have more important priorities in Anthem than the crossplay. So I'm fine with that, and it's to be expected right now. This next question I'm glad he answered because I had a sub actually ask me this to ask. So apparently there will be a way to possibly stagger, stun, or flinch bosses based off of how much damage is dealt. So you can kind of rush in for burst damage. There will be some type of way to actually do that. So I'm glad that's going to be a thing. Now when asked about the day-night cycle in the game, Mark Dara did go on to say that it will be significantly shorter than normal, but it's still being tuned at the moment. So things are definitely subject to change, and we really haven't seen how it actually works real time yet. So who knows, but we do know there will be a day-night cycle in Anthem. Mark Dara did say that there will be no free paint option, meaning you can't just draw with the paintbrush designs or decals on your javelins, but you can apply colors and materials to different areas as well as wraps, he said. And then in another follow-up question, he did say there will even potentially be holiday wraps such as Christmas, Halloween, different events of that nature. So I thought that was a pretty cool thing as well. Now in this next question, even though it kinda is on the downside, I'm glad to hear his response to it. He did say there will be no cross-platform progression at launch, or at least he said it's unlikely to get out at launch. So it seems like they want to implement this, it's just they don't have enough time, and it still may come later on in the future. So currently there will be no way to use your PC saves on an Xbox or use your Xbox saves on PC, or vice versa with PS4 saves on your Xbox, and doesn't seem like that's going to be something that we'll be able to do, but it's something that they clearly want to try and get out. It just won't be out for launch. Now these next four questions are old questions, so I'm going to go over them kind of fast. Yes, there will be fall damage as confirmed again by Mark Dara. PC will have controller and pad support. Freelancer's perks can increase your flight time, and then also we can't fly as high as we want to because, again, as I mentioned in previous video, they said it was the lore behind it are rip streams, and if you get too high it could just shred your Javelin apart. We don't know if you actually take damage from it, but there is a height limit cap. Now Mark Dara did say that save progression will be stored centrally or server side, and that you can play on any platform as long as your save is on that same platform, meaning you can use your PS4 save on any PS4 platform or your Xbox save on any Xbox platform, and same with PC. Now this next question I'm kind of glad to hear, even though he didn't give us a definitive yes, but he did say that there kind of will be a way to mark your groups or your parties to private to prevent randoms from joining the game or your mission or group or party or things of that nature. Now the last Mark Dara question was talking about alternate ultimates. Now he did say that there will be no alternate ultimates at launch, but if they did add alternate ultimates, it would be tied to a gear piece. So it is good to hear that we could potentially be getting new alternate ultimates later on down the road of Anthem. And now the last two things are for you Interceptor people. So Michael Gamble on Twitter went on to say that after reviewing a mission with the Interceptor, he is now conflicted on who his main is. Now personally I would say stay with the Storm Master race, but you know, I guess he could go however he wants to, but don't let that Interceptor tempt you. And then John Warner went on to say that the Interceptor is speed and agility incarnate, and went on to call the Interceptor an awesome Javelin. So Interceptor fans, that should hold you over till tomorrow's PAX stream. I can't wait to see what new footage we finally get from PAX, but that's all I have for this video. I will catch y'all on tomorrow's stream. I will be hosting the PAX stream on my Twitch, and I will be doing a full video discussion tomorrow on the new footage that we get shown, and then I'll be doing a complete video breakdown on everything that was shown or missed in the brand new Anthem footage. So thanks for watching. I'll catch y'all all tomorrow. A link to my Twitch is in the description. Peace everyone.